This question says to construct a box and whiskers diagram and interpret the skewness and compare the relative sizes of the mean, median, and mode. And you can get help in this weekly notes, week 3, and you can also get help in this YouTube. So let's go to week 3 and then we'll click on the YouTube. So in week 3 now, will be unit 3. Okay, and it says we can go to page 13, 14 thereabout. Week 3 is unit 3, so we go to 13 and see what it says with regards to the box and whiskers diagram. And here it is. The box and whiskers diagram is a 5-number summary. Okay, and here you have the steps as to how to construct it. You need 5 numbers, which are the lower value, the lowest value, the lower quartile, the median, upper quartile, and the highest value. It says the first step is to record the lowest and the highest value. Second step is to calculate the median and the quartiles. Third step is to draw a line with a scale that starts with the lowest value or a little less than and ends with the highest value or a little more. Draw vertical lines at the positions of the lowest, the lower, upper, and the median that will form the box, and the highest, the lowest value and the highest value will form the whiskers. Okay, so you can do that manually, and here you have an example. Here it is, 3.8. Here are the 5 numbers, and here, sorry about that, 5 numbers. Come back to it. Right, 5 statistics, the lowest, median, lower quartile, upper quartile, and highest values, and they were plotted on that scale. The quartiles from the box to get the median, and the lowest value and the highest value from the whiskers. You can do that. Okay, let's see what the YouTube, what extra help the YouTube is giving us. Oh, so the YouTube now is a YouTube indicating to us how we can use Excel to construct a box and whiskers diagram. Okay, so it's possible to use Excel to construct a box and whiskers diagram. So apart from using Excel, I'm going to show you an easier way, or even easier way than Excel to construct your box and whiskers diagram. You simply go to Google and you type in the search box plot calculator. And you click on the first one, and here you have a website showing you how you can use an app, an online app, to generate your box plot. Let's go to the data values that we are using. And simply copy our values. And paste it in the submit data box and submit. And here we have our box and whiskers diagram. Just by the click of a button using snipping tool, we can obtain a snapshot of our box plot. and paste it in our document that we are using. That would be G part I. Bear in mind, it gives us a vertical box plot. Bear in mind, on a vertical scale, the lowest value is below, and we are moving upwards to get the highest value. But if you want your box plot to be horizontal, you can just rotate it. Bear in mind, for this one, the scale will be above because we are moving the number line, the x-axis or the number line is increasing from left to right. Okay, so the lowest value have to be on the left and the highest value on the right. Okay, so here's the lowest value, 149. Remember, the highest value is 194. And our lowest quartile, our median, and our upper quartile. Okay, so here's part G, I, part of it. It says also we've got to interpret the skewness. So based on, it says we have to interpret the skewness. So based on what is said in week 3, we have 3 types of skewness: symmetric, skewed to the right, and skewed to the left. Symmetric if the box is in the middle. Skewed to the right if the box have to shift towards the right to go to the middle. So where the longer whisker is, that's where the skewness is. So this data is skewed to the right because the box have to shift to the right to be centralized. And this data is skewed to the left. The box have to move to the left to be centralized. When the data is symmetric, the majority of the values are in the center of the scale. Here it is written. When the distribution is skewed towards the right, most of the values are on the lower end of the scale. Positively skewed because right side on the number line is positive direction. Skewed to the left, most of the values are on the upper end of the scale. And here you have an example. This data is skewed towards the right because the box have to shift towards the right. To compare the relative sizes, if the data is normal, then the mean, the median, and the mode are equal basically in magnitude. If the data is skewed towards the right, the mean will be the highest. When you're comparing mean, median, and mode, the mean is the one responsible for pulling the box. So if most of the values are on the lower end, the mean will have to be highest to pull the box upwards. That's skewed towards the right. Skewed towards the left, the mean will be the lowest to pull the box towards the left or downwards to be centralized. So in our case now, in our example, it's slightly skewed towards the right. So you can use the word slightly. So in terms of skewness, my example, you can say slightly skewed towards the right. Because you can clearly see the right whisker is slightly bigger than the left whisker. The box wants to shift a little bit towards the right. And in terms of the mean, median, and mode, the mean will be slightly greater than the median to pull the box upwards. And actually, the direction of the skewness normally coincides with the arrowhead when you are comparing the relative sizes of the mean, median, and mode. So towards the right, the arrowhead is pointing towards the right. Towards the left, the arrowhead is pointing towards the left. So that will take care of part G1 of number 33. Construction of the box plot, interpreting the skewness and comparing the relative sizes of the mean, median, and mode with the assistance of week 3 or unit 3 starting on page 13.